leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens and our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite seas before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah. That's a wonderful, wonderful prelude to start us off for this afternoon. And just want to say good morning to everyone again, and welcome to our Unity Center DC Zoom service. I want to give an extra special welcome to those of you who may be new or who just come a few times. I hope you enjoy our service. In fact, I'm feeling confident you will. So I want to mention that I am the platform assistant, and my name is Kathleen. And we also are very fortunate today because as our speaker today, we have our very own Cheryl Welsh-Charrier. And she's going to be talking to us today. Her talk is entitled Each Day an Adventure, Each Day a Gift. And I'm really looking forward to that. And as you just heard, our musician today is Sara Jones. We get to have her back, and we very much enjoy her music. So I'm sure you'll have a good time. And it's called Presence. In the gift of this new day, in the gift of the present moment, in the gift of time and eternity intertwined, let us be grateful. Let us be attentive. Let us be open to what has never happened before. In the gift of this new day, in the gift of the present moment, and the gift of time and eternity intertwined. Amen.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting she gives instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I am blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will and you can see. But on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through the light and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and truly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance, whatever stone life may sling. We can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Thank you so much, Sara. Truly blessed and duly grateful. I sit by the roadside watching the driver changing wheels. I don't like the place I'm coming from. I don't like the place I'm going to. So why am I watching the driver changing wheels with such impatience? Bertolt Brecht. The title of my talk is Each Day an Adventure, Each Day a Gift. It comes from the novel A Beautiful Mystery by Louise Penny. Quote, I know what each day will bring, and yet each day feels like an adventure. This from a monk who lives in a monastery on its own island. For Brecht, we can only imagine that leaving Nazi Germany and coming to the US, where he was eventually brought before the House Un-American Activities Committee, must have felt like everything was unpredictable, desperate, and dangerous. For the monk, everything was predictable, which can be both comforting and unsettling. Clearly, it was comforting to him. The same monk said, there is one person I've saved, myself. Have I ever needed saving? Have you? My answer is yes. Do I continue to need saving? Occasionally. Have I ever saved myself? Yes, and sometimes with the help of others, both human and divine. The challenge is realizing that we already know in our hearts that what we are, what we desire to be. Neville Goddard says, do not go seeking for that which you already are. Appropriate it, claim it, assume it. No matter what's going on in our lives, we have choices. If we don't like what's happening, we can choose again. I say this in almost every talk I give these days, so I must need the constant reminder. Our Lenten reader quotes Maya Angelou. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Don't complain. In the novel The Life Impossible by Matt Haig, I heard it framed this way. You see, if you want to view a new world, you don't need a spacecraft. All you need to do is change your mind. This is essentially what we're doing when we choose again. We don't have to remain stuck, although stuck is also a choice. I was texting with a friend one morning. We were both complaining about our weight. Hers too low, mine too high. I finally said, we could have a pity party or we could choose to be hopeful. We chose hopeful and saved ourselves. In the Turner Classic documentary series called The Power of Film, Howard Suber says that we are a storytelling animal. We are a compilation of memories, and everything revolves around feelings. In our lifetime, there can be many opposing or contradictory feelings depending on what's going on in our lives and in the world. Alienation versus reconciliation, joy versus sorrow, depression versus enthusiasm, rejection versus acceptance. I'm sure you can name others. Suber points out that all storytelling through the ages, especially through drama, is about people. Let's start in ancient Greece and take a short trip. Medea, Hamlet, Hedda Gabler, Death of a Salesman, Hamilton. Have you ever contemplated what your story is? We probably have many stories, especially those of us who are up in years. And the Bible is full of people's stories: Adam and Eve, Moses, the prodigal son, Jesus, to name a few. But what do we learn from hearing or reading other people's stories? For the most part, I think we learn how to live our own best story, how to be the best Jane or Sarah or Paula or Carla or Margaret, how to be fully human while embracing our divinity. Families are also important in this equation, and not just our biological families, but all sorts of families. As Psalm 118 says, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." The October 1st daily word was life. I am a radiant expression of God's infinite life and love. Life is a sacred gift, and I am here to live it fully. As I affirm my divinity, I embody the boundless, beautiful expression of life itself. Let's take a breath and hear that again. I am a radiant expression of God's infinite life and love. Life is a sacred gift, and I am here to live it fully. As I affirm my divinity, I embody the boundless, beautiful expression of life itself. In Him, we live and move and have our being. Acts 17, verse 28. This reminds me of Charles Fillmore's affirmation: I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do that which I ought to do today. I love this affirmation, but I'm bothered by the word ought. It reminds me of the word should. I usually say that which is mine to do today. But, and it's a big but, are we mentally and emotionally present, or are our minds often off someplace else? In Breathing Underwater, Richard Rohr says, when all three inner spaces, mind, heart, and body, are open and listening together, we can always be present. To be present is to know what we need to know in the moment. To be present to something is to allow the moment, the person, and idea, or the situation to change us. Can we accept ourselves exactly as we are? In Radical Acceptance, Tara Brach says, the two parts of genuine acceptance, seeing clearly and holding our experience with compassion, are interdependent. And later, compassion honors our experience. It allows us to be intimate with the life of this moment as it is. She also quotes Storm Jameson: there is only one world, the world pressing against you at this minute. There is only 1 minute in which you are alive. This minute, here and now. The only way to live is by accepting each minute as an unrepeatable miracle. The only way to live is by accepting each minute as an unrepeatable miracle. This moment, perfect, golden, grasp it, see it. This moment, laughing, happy, feel it, be it. It's a song by John Buccino. From one of my 12-step daily readers, my life consists of single moments. I occupy them one at a time, savoring the fullness of each, and find there is no room for fear. There's that word again, fear. I think that most of us would admit that fear has driven many things throughout our lives. All kinds of fear. Fear of failure, fear of dying, fear of not being good enough, smart enough, clever enough, pretty or handsome enough. I call it the not enoughs. Our February 25th Lenten reader was about releasing fear, reminding us that fear is useful when there is actual danger, and that where there is no real danger, it gets in our way, sabotaging our ability to be at peace. This could be one of the reasons why theater and movies can be so absorbing and possibly life-changing. We're sitting in the dark, totally focused on what's happening on the stage or screen, following the characters' stories and getting caught up in the emotions. Now he is God, not of the dead, but of the living. Luke 20, verse 38. And Sandy B tells us in his Sobercast on spirituality, the solution to everything is conscious contact with God. Again, the solution to everything is conscious contact with God. We Unity folks are strong in being grounded in conscious contact with God. Still, we probably have our moments. I know I do. I'm having one right now. I don't know how often you get derailed, but I feel like I get derailed daily, sometimes more than once in a single day, which for me is where affirmations enter. I usually have a daily affirmation inspired by the daily word that begins one with God. November 10th, protected. One with God, I rest securely, knowing I am divinely protected. December 6th, understanding. One with God, I live from my divine identity and bring the truth of God into the world. January 21st, acceptance. One with God, practicing acceptance is my path to lasting peace. February 1st, intention. One with God, I respond with love and kindness. Today's is, one with God, I walk with faith along the path of light. Do affirmations really turn things around? The answer for me is most of the time. Wish I could say all of the time. But as Rumi says, this being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Rumi tells us to welcome them all and be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. It's hard to think of some things as being guides from beyond, and don't we get tired of people asking us what we learned from that experience, whatever it was? Lucky me. I have this church and all of you as my guides. One last bit of wisdom from Rabindranath Tagore. When old words die out on the tongue, new melodies break forth from the heart. And where the old tracks are lost, new country is revealed with its wonders. And from our Lenten booklet, as we reimagine our lives through the eyes of spirit, we reclaim our power to transform from separation to oneness, from grief to grace, from resistance to peace. And in doing so, we prepare our hearts for the miracle of Easter. That's from Reverend Elizabeth Longo. Our meditation today is more in the form of an extended affirmation that I used to say in the early mornings when I took my daily walk. I don't remember the genesis of it. So let's settle ourselves by listening to our thoughts, our prayers, and move into the meditation.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
I am. I know I am perfect light. I am. I know I am perfect love. I am. I know I am perfect joy. I am. I know I am perfect peace. I am. I know I am perfect healing. I am. I know I am perfect balance. For I know I am God, manifesting as, place your own name here, Cheryl. Divine wisdom is at the core of my being, and everything I think, say, and do comes from this divine core, the wellspring of my health, wealth, and occupation. And from this divine core, I send light, love, joy, peace, healing, and balance to every sentient being in creation, communing with hearts that are open, helping to open hearts that are not, creating peace and harmony everywhere. And from this divine core, I send light, love, joy, peace, healing, and balance into the universe that is my physical body, bathing every atom, cell, system, and organ in perfect, vibrant health. And for this opportunity to serve, I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so very grateful. Let's be still for a moment and sit in the silence. And so it is.
This moment, perfect, golden, grasp it, see it. This moment, laughing, happy, feel it, this moment, precious, fleeting, catch it, frame it, curve of moon, warmth of air, willow bough, winter soon, be aware now how this sadness, aching, reaching, looking on at this moment, present, distant, shining, bubble, touch it, lose it, happy, laughing, perfect, golden, gold.
I'm going to recite a lesson from the Course in Miracles. I want you to close your eyes and maybe bring to mind something you may be concerned about, worried about, something that could be in your own life and your friend's life, your family's life, or even in the world, what's going on in the world right now. And just taking these thoughts, I'm going to say it 3 times, and I'll say Amen at the end. Let not my mind deny the thought of God. Let not my mind deny the thought of God. Let not my mind deny the thought of God. Amen.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Now for the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.